Hello and welcome to a very special video, which as you saw from the opening with the unboxing and everything, today we are doing a throwback review of the BIONICLE Toa Mata. These are from 2001. We've got all 6 here, all of their canisters. I'm going to start by just taking a quick look at the canister for Tahu here. They're all pretty much the same, but as you can see we have got Tahu on the front there, the Lego Technic and BIONICLE stuff there, and then as you can see, moving this around, see we've got this sleeve on the outside that you can turn, so you can kind of change which Toa you want to have shown on your canister there. So we've got Gali, and it does change bits down here as well. So yeah, you can do that, and it also shows you how to put the Toa back in the canister. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. And on the top there you can see we've got this Toa head there where you can put a mask, and we've got these pinholes all around it. I'll show you what that's all about later on. And so there we are, there is all 6 of the Toa. Of course we've got Pohatu, Toa of stone, Onua, Toa of earth, Gali, Toa of water, Tahu, Toa of fire, Lewa, Toa of air, and Kopaka, Toa of ice. And later on I will kind of show a comparison with the 2015 Toa that were released for the kind of reboot, and to see how kind of things changed. But yeah, let's get started in the Toa Mata. So we're going to start with Tahu and Pohatu here. So of course Tahu is the leader, and as you can see he's got that nice kind of red and orange colour scheme going to him. He's got this arm over here with this special kind of hand on it, which you can kind of separate and move about as if you want to, but it can also kind of lock into place on there like so. There's no articulation in this arm here, but obviously this arm, I'm sure we all know, has got the gear function on it, so you can swing that around. You can kind of position the flame however you want to and swing it about however you want. But yeah, this arm, again, no elbows on knees on these things. They weren't kind of introduced until 2003 with the Rakshi, and then the kind of Toa Metru took that and made it even better. But yeah, you can move the legs forwards and backwards. It's got the feet there with some articulation. You can get some decent posing from this, but yeah, again, the main function is of course the gear function. Of course, then we've got the mask. We've got this is the Kinohi Hau, the mask of shielding. And of course it is in red. You can plop that off like so, and it has got a code on the back of it, and it just kind of attaches in that little stud hole there on the Toa Mata head, which doesn't have any articulation to it. But of course if you want to kind of look over his side, you can just take it off and then turn it like so. And then of course the mask does fit with it looking over his shoulder, but it is a little bit awkward. So yeah, not something you really want to do. That is it for Tahu. Again, of course these are pretty simple. These were the first BIONICLEs ever released. Yeah, so they are all pretty similar, but not the same. Of course Pohatu is kind of the one who takes that to the extreme, because he is basically built upside down. So see, you can see he's got the 2 arms here with the same hands as Tahu, which can be moved about like so. His head does kind of wobble a bit because it is attached inside this, because it's been attached differently, because they've used the gear function on Pohatu to actually give him a kicking function rather than kind of swinging a weapon. So of course you can just grab Pohatu, make sure he stays standing, and then you can kick him. Now he is supposed to come with a brown boulder, but mine did not come with that, which is not too big of a problem. It's just 2 pieces, and you can kind of use any boulder you want to. It's all stone at the end of the day. So basically the idea is that you would get Pohatu and then you would use his foot to kick the boulder away. So obviously he's also got these weapons added into his feet there in tan. Obviously Pohatu is in tan and brown. He's got these feet extensions added in, which look very cool and kind of give his feet more power. So obviously he's got no weapons that he holds, he's just got the hands there, but he's got these extra powerful legs which he can use for kicking. Yeah, and then he has got his mask here as well, and his face and eyes behind it. So yeah, not sure what the name of this mask is, I've kind of forgotten what powers it has, but yeah, there it is, and it is in brown. So the next 2 we have got here are Onua and Gali. These 2 are very similar, probably more similar than any of the others. Obviously you can probably tell already they've both got the same arms, just in different colours, the exact same, and they both have a dual gear function, which none of the other Toa have. So you can have both of their arms kind of going. Kind of, on Gali it's supposed to kind of simulate swimming through the water, and as you can see she's got these claws on her arms. They're the same kind of arms as the one that Tahu has. So you can move them about, position them however you want, ready to kind of swing the arms about. And then Onua has got claws on the end, so he of course can dig through the soil. Again, legs are the same, just in different colours with the same feet and stuff. Onua does kind of have a unique head connection. As you can see, it's attached to the front there to kind of bring his head down a bit more and make him seem like he's hunched over, so he can be digging in the earth. So as you can see, you've kind of closed up this hole here in the top and put the head on in the front. And then of course you can see his mask in black with the green eyes poking through. Pretty cool. And then as for Gali, as you can see, her head is a lot taller. It is attached to where the others' heads are. Of course, she's got this little bit on the front, and you can see the mask is in a transparent blue with the yellow eyes peeking through like so. And of course the gear function again. Gali also has these pins around her legs as well. I think they're just kind of there for the combination model. I don't think they have any purpose on the Gali herself. Yeah, that is it for these two. I actually really like these two. Onua I think is definitely my favourite, and yeah, pretty cool. Of course they are very similar, just like all of the Toa Mata are, but these two especially. And then finally we have got Lewa and Kopaka here. So again, they have got pretty much the identical build. The only real difference is between their colour schemes, masks and weapons. So yeah, they've both got the gear function with the arm there. You can see what weapons they have. We've got an axe for Lewa, and then a kind of a sword for Kopaka. And then of course, as well as the gear function, they also have got the static arm over here. Both got the same kind of arm piece being used, but Lewa's is frictionless, so it just kind of hangs there like so. And he's got this same arm piece as Tahu and Pohatu. So yeah, you can kind of position that however you want. You can kind of use that to hold onto vines as he swings across. And then Kopaka's does have some friction, so you can't actually move this bit like so. And then you can just move the arm about, and it has got this shield on it. So you can kind of use that shield to kind of block stuff from behind if you want to, or kind of bring it to the front. You can do whatever you want with it. It does pose decently well because of the friction. Same legs, just different colours, same feet and everything. And of course they've got their masks there. Lewa's does have the yellow eyes underneath, and then Kopaka has got the blue, as you can see. That is pretty much it for both of them, and that is it for the whole Toa Mata. So I guess we can go back now to taking a look at the whole collection. So there they all are together, the 6 Toa Mata, the first Toa team that LEGO ever released. So yeah, it's a pretty good look having all 6 of them together. Obviously there are still things that we need to show you, so let's not waste any more time and get to it. So we are going to use Pohatu here as an example. So obviously the box kind of shows you how you're supposed to put them in the canister. So if we just open this thing up and we can get to it. So obviously it's pretty simple. You'll just kind of drop it in the canister like so, and then you would seal the lid. And of course you can kind of crash land on a beach and open up the canister to reveal that your Toa hasn't kind of fallen apart, and they don't need to rebuild themselves on a beach, unlike what happened in the actual story. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, like I said with the lid earlier, first of all you can put a mask on this lid. So if you wanted to, while you had the kind of canisters, the Toa in the canisters for whatever reason, you could put their masks on the lid, so you could keep the masks on display, like so. And of course you can probably notice we've got 6 pins on the outside of this, so I wonder what that is for. And that is the answer. So obviously, as you can see, with the lid you could take the heads of all the Toa off and then place them around the lid to display them. And then finally we'll just do a quick comparison with the 2015 version of all of these. This 2015 version kind of a mix between the original and the Nuva, obviously with the 2 silver swords here. You kind of see the similarities in the masks there. And of course the back, 2015 Tahu is a lot more armoured, and they both have the gear function. Of course 2015 works on both arms, with 2001 works just one arm. So yeah, and of course Tahu 2015 has got the blue eye stalk, and 2001 has got the red. And then Kopaka 2015 has got a lot more gold, obviously, and the shield is a lot bigger and kind of has a dual function as also a kind of surfboard or ice skates. And then of course the back, again, the back has the single arm gear function on both of them, just with the sword there. And then Pohatu. So 2015, the gear function is actually on the arm and it's just on one side, whereas 2001, of course, he's got the kicking leg. Once again, he's a lot more bulky. I can kind of see some similarities with the masks. And then, of course, turning around to the back, there we can see everything they have to offer. And then Onua, dual gear function in 2015 again. Kind of got the same function with the digging claws. And we've got very similar masks. I'd probably say these ones are the most similar out of all of them, either his or Kopaka's. And then again on the back, 2015 obviously is very, very wide, and 2001 isn't very wide. And then Lewa, he has swapped the lime green for a kind of yellow, and he is the Tower of Jungle and not Tower of Air in 2015. His gear function works on both arms, but obviously they've kind of kept the axe with him. It's just a lot bigger, and there are two of them now, and they also kind of dual up as wings for him. And yeah, there we have the back. And then finally Gali. So she has traded in her claws for these fins that also double as a staff, and she has only got the one arm on the gear function on 2015, whereas in 2001 she had got both of them, although with a significant lack of friction. And now we are back with the 6 Toa Mata for one last look and for a kind of overall ratings on them. Definitely very good sets. Obviously BIONICLE did improve a lot on this from this original design to where it got to in 2010 and then eventually in 2016. But yeah, these were a very good starting point, and if you are a BIONICLE fan and you never got these, or you're getting into BIONICLE and you want them, I would definitely say go for it if you can kind of find them for a good decent price. I wouldn't pay too much for them, obviously, unless it is kind of a sealed box and you've got the money. But yeah, they are overall very good and very iconic. Do they have problems? Yes, of course. Nothing is perfect. Obviously the lack of knees and elbows and head articulation is of course a problem, but it is something that they definitely learnt from and kind of improved upon, and eventually got perfect with the Toa Metro, the gear function and all of the articulation. After that, of course, they went to the Unica build, which kind of posed the character however you wanted. For the time, these were very good, and that's pretty much all I have to say about them. So I will see you again very soon, and I hope you have enjoyed this kind of look back to early 2001.